Be me, still 20, still in love. Told Julia last week. I want to introduce you to my parents, officially. Her reaction, fear behind the smile. I noticed, didn't press. They'll love you, I said. I wasn't sure anymore. She spent all week nervous, checking her clothes, redoing her hair, pacing in her apartment. What if they think I'm just the housekeeper who got lucky? I said. My parents will react just fine. Don't worry. She smiled, didn't believe it fully. Sunday, big dinner, table set perfectly, candles, folded napkins, wine glasses, like they're expecting a senator's daughter. We arrive, I open the door. Hey Mom, Dad! They smile, stand to greet me, until. Julia steps inside, Mom's smile fades, subtle, but sharp. A quick scan from head to toe, lips pressed together, says, Julia, you look different. Julia swallows, nods. Thank you for having me. Tension settles like smoke. We sit. Conversation light at first. I carry it, whether school photos. Julia stays quiet. Dad plays along. Mom watches. Then it starts. So Julia, what do you do these days? I'm between jobs, freelance projects mostly. Freelance what exactly? Admin, logistics, a bit of virtual assistant work. So no stable income? It's enough for rent. Mom smiles, but not with her eyes. I try to shift topics. Did I show you guys the new photo series? Not now, dear, Mom says. We're getting to know your girlfriend. Julia looks down, picks at her plate. Dinner ends. We stand. I walk with Dad into the living room, talk about camera lenses. Suddenly, loud slap sound. Both of us freeze, rush to the hallway. Julia standing by the coat rack, hand on her cheek, Mom glaring. I'm sorry, Julia whispers, turns, walks out. No coat, no glance at me. Door closes softly. I stare at my mother. What the hell was that? She doesn't even flinch, turns to Dad. Darling, we've been too gentle with our son. He doesn't see what the world really is. She's not using me, I say. She loves me. She loves comfort, Mom replies. You were her way in. That girl's not your partner. She's your project. I shake, heart pounding. Can't believe what I'm hearing. I bolt outside. Streets empty. Except one taxi turning the corner, I run. Too late, she's gone. Standing in the cold, at the edge of the driveway. Holding nothing, watching someone I love disappear. Because the people who raised me think they're protecting me. And maybe they are. But God, they don't know what they've broken. Right after it happened, I run to her place. Heart pounding like an emergency call. Ring the doorbell. Silence. On the way there, I saw light leaking through the curtains of her windows. Julia, you there? Please let me in. No sound. I'm sorry for everything. Please forgive me. No footsteps, just thick silence. I sit by the door. Okay, then I'll just stay here tonight. By your door. A minute, 5:15, then soft crying. She tries to stay quiet, but I hear it. The building's old, walls are thin, and it hits me hard because I'm the one who pushed her to this. An hour later, silence. Maybe she fell asleep. Maybe she's just too tired. I stay. The night is long, the building is noisy. Some sketchy guys walk past. One smokes right in the hallway. Someone's yelling into their phone on the 4th floor, and I think, how did she live here alone all this time? Morning comes. 7:14. I hear footsteps inside, soft, uncertain, but I leave. I've got to get to class. Class is past like a blur. I'm sitting there, but my mind is somewhere else. After school, I head back. She's not home. I remember she's working. I hide across the street, waiting. 2 hours. She appears, walking slowly, glancing around, spots me, rushes toward the building. I run, but I'm behind. She opens the door, tries to slam it. I wedge my foot in. Stupid move. Pain shoots up. Julia, wait! She freezes, sees I'm hurt, lets me in. Pulls out ointment, gently rubs it on my ankle. I glance up. Her makeup is smudged, and under it, dark circles. Not from bruises, from crying, long, hard, alone. Julia? She doesn't meet my eyes. Are you okay? She stays silent. Please talk to me. There's nothing to say. You're not okay. And you shouldn't be here. You need to leave. Why? Because the longer you stay, the more it hurts. I do something unexpected. I kiss her. Not desperate, just soft, honest, like words aren't enough. She freezes, then bursts into tears. Please don't do this. It's too much. I can't take it anymore. You want me? Fine, tonight. But after that, it's over. If you don't let me go, I'll leave the city. I'll disappear. I hugged her. I wish I could say that night was full of beautiful romance, open conversations, heartfelt confessions. But I got diarrhea, and it lasted all night. I hadn't really eaten since the day before, and while I was waiting for her, a passerby gave me a hot dog, heard my stomach growling, saw how disheveled I looked. I was burning with shame over how the situation turned out at such an important moment. I wish I hadn't eaten that hot dog. Morning comes, I leave, door closes behind me, and I have no idea if it's the last time. Get home, say nothing. Mom says nothing. The day passes in invisibility. Next evening, Father's grilling meat in the backyard. Want some? Not hungry? He nods, keeps flipping burgers. Then, women are complicated, son. Even harder to understand, but life's impossible without them. He puts down the tongs, looks at the sky, then at me. I'll tell you what really happened, and you'll decide for yourself. He talks about that night, about how Mom already found out who Julia was, saw her resume through an old friend, thought she was lying, decided it was all an act. Your mom had a friend who lost everything after marriage, every cent. We just don't want that future for you. He speaks quietly. No blame, just a father scared for his son. And at the end, dash. We might be wrong, maybe we're not. But if you're sure, if she's really yours, then only you can prove it. No one else? I sit in silence, then say, thanks, for being honest. And I mean it, because in all the chaos, a calm, honest talk was exactly what I needed. That night, I don't sleep, I just think how to fix it, how to hold on, how to make them understand. The next day, come up with a plan. Not perfect, but risky enough to work. Call my best friend. I need you to tell my parents I got into an accident, hospital, leg injury, urgent. He hesitates. Trust me, I'm not actually hurt. Next call. A coworker of Julia's. Same instructions. Tell her I'm in the hospital. She needs to know. Head to the hospital myself. Nothing major, just a lingering ankle bruise from the door. Talk to one of the medical residents I know. Explain everything. Ask for a free unused room for 3 hours. You're insane, he says. Maybe, I reply. But I'm also in love. Sit on the hospital bed, fully dressed, foot bandaged for realism, heart racing harder than any injury could cause. First to arrive, my parents. Burst into the room, worried out of their minds. What happened? Are you okay? I just smile. I'm fine, but I needed you here. Then, the door bursts open again. Julia, slightly out of breath, eyes wide with fear, like her heart sprinted faster than her legs. Both parties stare at each other, tension thick. I speak. Mom, Dad, what do you value most in your life, besides each other? Mom, you, of course. Is my happiness important to you? Dad, absolutely. Do you trust me? Mom, we always have. Then trust my choice. Silence. Their eyes shift between me and her. I asked my friends to lie. I know that's extreme, but I needed to know. Would she come here if she didn't care? And would you come here ready to listen? I look at Julia. After that dinner, she could have walked away forever. But she came, because fear of you couldn't outweigh fear of losing me. Isn't that proof enough of her heart? My mom stays quiet. Then, something shifts in her expression, tension melting into realization. Julia, she says softly, walks over. I'm sorry. For what I said, for how I treated you. I was wrong. Julia stares, shocked, nods slowly. Dad walks over to me, smacks the back of my head. Not hard, just enough. You scared the hell out of us. Then pulls me into a hug. Mom joins in. Dad whispers, crazy kid, but I'm proud of you. Took guts to pull this off. I smile. Through the chaos, maybe, just maybe, we're finally starting over, together. Be me. 22 now. 2 years older, maybe wiser, definitely luckier than most. Today's our wedding day. Can't believe it sometimes. From hallway nods and misunderstanding dinners, to this. She looks radiant. Like every storm we survived somehow shaped the sunlight hitting her face now. Ceremonies small, real friends, family, her old co-workers. My idiot best friend who helped with the hospital plan. Even the med student came. Dad tears up during the vows. Mom does too, though she'll never admit it. Julia's hand doesn't tremble when she takes mine. Just warm, steady. Reception after. Speeches, laughter, music, our first dance. To a song she once said reminded her of safety. Her head on my shoulder, her breath calm. Like all the pieces finally know where they belong. A week before the wedding, she got promoted. Top management, earned every damn bit of it. From cleaning jobs and night shifts, to boardrooms and glass offices. She never let the world define her. I joined Dad's company, started small, climbed fast. Not because he handed me anything, but because I wanted to build something worthy of her. And Mom, she and Julia talk more than I talk to either of them. Trade recipes, inside jokes, even take walks together sometimes. Like that slap never happened. Like they both forgave, truly. Be me. Just a guy, standing next to the woman who used to hide behind her eyes. And now, lights up every room she walks into. If you're reading this, and you're scared, unsure, thinking of walking away instead of walking through, I get it, but please, follow your heart, even when it's shaking, especially when it's shaking. Life will throw walls, and fear, and people who won't understand. But keep going, fight kindly, fight truthfully, because better than regretting what could have been is knowing you gave it everything. And even if it didn't work, you left nothing unsaid. For me, it worked. Not perfectly, but fully. And I'll never regret the mess it took to get here. Oh, and by the way, Alex, she's doing great. We stayed in touch, at a quiet distance. Just check-ins, small updates. Healing doesn't always mean reunion. Sometimes it just means peace. Last time we talked, she told me she met someone. Sweet guy, kind eyes, treats her like she's magic. Not because of what she hides, but because of what she is. They're planning to travel together, backpack across Europe. Same dream she once wrote to me about. She's finally doing it, and I've never seen her happier. I'm proud of her, like watching someone walk out of a storm and into their own sunrise. Be you and be brave. That's the best ending there is.